Section's ace. Stay tuned for more details.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. There we go. 15 people in that giveaway. Oh man, you know what? You had to say that, huh? You had to say must be following. Now I have to. Now I gotta play Must Be the Feeling Delta Heavy remix. Oh, I can't help it. I love this song. I don't know how that made me think of it, but it just.
I don't know how that made you think of it either.
Ah, Lazy Time Lord, best name ever. Ah! I'm sorry. Most hilarious.
People would like you to show the screen so they know who is entered right now into the giveaway.
What's up?
They want to see who's in the giveaway. They want to see the screen that says, "Oh, hey, look, you're entered in the giveaway."
Oh, they want to see a giveaway screen? Giveaway?
They do.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, I have the keyword filter in there, so if you enter in the keyword more than once, you're automatically removed from the giveaway. Which everyone knows that. It's the only right way to do it. But yeah. I like there's Omageddon and an Oma Groove. I like that's funny. We're up to 19.
19 people. Only 19 people want this? Are you guys just all, like, loving watching us cast Strife, I guess? I have no idea.
Okay, Ruin wants me to play this song for him. So, here we go.
I got a lot of cash on that beat.
Oh. What is this?
Wait, what?
The Weeknd Nah remix. Okay, I don't like that song, Ruin. That is terrible. I hear lick the tip, and I'm like, okay.
Hey.
There is a line, and we just crossed it. Even though we're ready to mature. There's a line for me in rap, and that line was crossed. And now I must say, no. We're just waiting for Mob, so once Mob gets here, we'll be ready. And before he gets here, though, we are going to do this giveaway. 26 people here. Remember, you must be following. And I'll put I'll put everyone that entered it more than once back in here because I love you guys. Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. So everyone is eligible. Everyone's eligible. You can see everyone's eligible. Except Kernkraft, who keeps spamming it, even though I, just told people. All right, here we go. Ready? 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 Boom! Oh, past 55. Congratulations. You are a big winner of the STrifeHQ. Welcome to the arena.
Who won?
Oh, path 55 is the winner of the first key.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Welcome. Oh, wait. I should do it in this voice. Hold on. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Welcome, Opeth, to the arena of Strife. Yes. You will be joining us later, maybe? If not, that's okay.
That was, I don't know. My Bane impersonation was spot on yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah. I did it, perfectly in the podcast. You can actually see it in the podcast where I did Bane. And there was no way that it could have been anyone else but Bane. But congratulations, there's your key being sent to you.
Oh, yes. There we go. Now there's Bane as Mod joins the game. Haha. Best time ever. Now prepare yourselves for Team Kaizen versus Illuminati.
For those of you guys who don't know, Team Kaizen and Team Illuminati are two of the top teams in the game right now. Whenever I see
both defeated Batman in a field of combat. Therefore, they have Bane's vote of approval. I will not be breaking their backs until the grand finals. Weh.
Oh, sorry.
you're insane.
And here we go. 1 minute 28 seconds until we begin. And now, since these guys are duking it out like Rock'em Sock'em robots, we don't really know who's going to win. I'm still going to ask you, roll the dice. And tell me, who do you think is going to have this advantage in the early game?
Usually I would put my money on Illuminati, but after last week when they tried that tri-lane stuff, I'm really curious on what, I think they're not sure if they're going to use it to be serious, or if they're going to try it again, or what they've been doing this past week to improve their play. I haven't actually kept a lot of tabs on them. So I'm going to actually go with Kaizen, because they're definitely showing up. I see a lot of Kaizen's players really working hard and putting that time in, so we'll see.
All right. And I'm totally playing Ryzen's favorite theme song, Dragon Ball Budokai Z.
I love that game. I played it way too much. Way too much.
Three, 2, 1.
Peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you.
I think that was good, right? Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So as we load in, match 1 out of 1.
the only match.
My tricks. My super crazy tricks. Here we go. Waiting for everyone to load up. And Team Kaizen versus Illuminati. Ryzen on Vermilion. Ghostly with Minerva. R&R on Malady, Mantequilla, Vex, New York John, Bo.
When I get done with you,
Full,
Mama won't even
Illuminati, Cakes with Vermilion, Mob with Malady, who is making out with Ruin on Vex, Illusion with Minerva, and Prego de Janeiro on Ace.
That tactical pause.
Tactical pizza pause initiate. Calling Papa John's. I think I actually got Bo's name like right, like with the voice actor. I'm not sure. Bo. But
That's actually one thing I was kind of upset about with the patch. There's no new taunts, because I know Ray doesn't have one, Bo doesn't have a taunt. A couple of characters don't have taunts, and I want to see.
okay, I got this. Feel the power of my cowbell.
I don't do it. No, I'm sorry, buddy.
Cowbell is in. Gotta have something with the cowbell, man.
Definitely with the cowbell.
I mean, I already want to have his ult changed to where every time that he ults, you have the cowbell playing from Don't Fear the Reaper. Saturday Night Live edition. Or he begins the ult and it takes a longer time. Or no, you begin Fear and Rage, right? And you just hear Christopher Walken's voice. I got a fever. And whenever it procs out, it says he needs more cowbell. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. iPhone.
So we are paused because Mob is having some internet disconnectional issues.
Oh
at
no,
this
not
time.
again.
Yes. Kerncraft. Here we go. Here comes the unpause as we are fully ready to go. And we have our teams fully forming out here to the bottom lane. It's going to be a 3v2 in this pregame lineup. New York John along with Ghostly and R&R going up against the Illusion that is scouting the bush. Hello guys, I'm Timo. I just look a little blue. Don't worry about me. I'm the Yordle of Doom. Yeah, that's right. I learned what Yordle was like 5 hours ago, so I'm using it.
Wow.
Hey, I don't play League, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Back up here in the top lane, looks like we still have the 2v2. Ruin and Cakes, of course, we always see them laning together. They'll be going up against Mantequillas and Ryzen himself. Going to be a very kill-heavy lane. Of course, Mob and Prego now rotating out here to the mid. They'll be going up against R&R and New York John, while you have Ghostly to go off against Illusion in the bottom lane. Going to be weird seeing that Minerva versus Minerva mirror match there, as look at Ryzen with the cheese shot. Great job there, and there goes the double slows coming out from the swarm shots there. Do believe that Kaizen definitely is taking the bagel on this one. Kaiser rolls. Get it?
Stop it.
But I can't stop making memes and references. But these top tier teams, what do they all have in common, except for Cakes?
They're all using Vex. That's Vex, Malady are the two things that you show.
No, except for, no, they actually have everything in common. Both Vermilions went boots. Everyone else went healing rod. Very interesting. And so the only difference is Ace versus Bo. How do you think this is? This is what's going to make or break the match.
I actually like Bo a lot more than I like Ace, because Bo gives a lot more teamfight presence with his stun, with his ultimate knockback, with that healing pool. I just think I like Ace better. Bo better than Ace for that whole tanky initiation role.
Okay. So there you have it, folks. Bo wins out versus Ace in the team presence, though. This Ace might win out in the damage, though. Look at that. Another great Whirlwind Dark Storm coming out there from R&R. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, let's check out the kill lane 2.0. Still trading blows back and forth like nobody's business. And meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Ghostly taking a lot of damage out from Illusion. Of course, Illusion, more than likely, no offense, is going to outplay him here in the very early part of the game. I mean, you can tell Ghostly already is skilled up a little different here than we're used to seeing. I do believe he got dash first instead of the hunter strike. So while it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things now, it really set him back a little bit. He's taking too much damage down here in the bottom lane, even though he can use that healing rod to put himself back up. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, though, New York John in a lot of trouble. Spin-Sickle's coming out on him as well. He's thinking about it. You see that? Maybe I should pop the Enrage on him. Maybe not. That's the one thing you have to be careful about, is the early kill potential that Ace has versus him. But other than that, here we go. Ryzen having to get that shield on top of Mantequilla, trying to block some of the damage, but no, too little, too late. Ruin picking up that first blood. Extra Jimmy that gold. And now at the bottom lane, Ghost still going against Illusion. Ghost, he's picking up that power crystal first. Or power shard, I guess, is the small version of it. Definitely going to start ranking up to get his... I do believe Ghost likes to play with the Mystical Dagger, while you're going to see Arnar go for the Crystalline Shiv. So that's going to be another key difference there. Not Arnar, Illusion goes for the Shiv. So we'll see exactly what pans out there. But if, let's say, one of them does go a Dagger and one goes Shiv, what is the advantage and disadvantage of that with Minerva?
With the Shiv, you'll need definitely better, either something else defensive or to keep your HP high, or you'll need to go something like, or need to have really good positioning. Otherwise, you're not going to have as much power as with the Crystalline Shiv. The Mystic Dagger is great, but you have to constantly use abilities, and you got to make sure you don't override it, and it takes a little more skill to use. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think both of them are capable enough players to figure out how to use them, or use them to their advantage.
Definitely. And New York John barely making it out alive there. The Whirlwind and Darkstorm definitely did a lot of work out on him. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, there goes another cheese shot there. Mantequilla and Ruin having to use their shields. Not themselves, but their allies. There we go with Vorbis Seekers popping out. Unfortunately, though, for Mantequilla, it's really proccing out on the creeps instead. So it will help out the creep wave push up. And now Ghostly versus Illusion. Ghostly with that little bit of extra power, pushing the lane back. And also, I do believe with Ghostly, for him to pick up the dagger instead of the ship, it's really going to help out because he has Mystic.
Definitely a lot more burst damage.
But meanwhile, other than that, Prego already has a little bit of extra HP regen. Not too shabby at all. And up in the top lane, Cakes and Ryzen both already have the Boots of Pursuit, a.k.a. the Fervor Boots. But I do believe Ryzen, he's trying to get that counter kill. He's a little bit angry that he lost to that first blood there that Ruin took away. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly when he'll be able to take that one out of there. But in the mid lane as well, we have to keep watching as Prego and Mob. Prego already, he's prepared to get kills. Look at that early Reaper Scythe, 4-minute Reaper Scythe in the game.
As you should. When you get Reaper Scythe, you shouldn't wait to get that item. That's an item that needs picked up very early.
Most definitely, as again, not really much going to be happening with Minervas until we hit level 6, maybe even level 8 as they're an even match. But here we go in the mid. They're already trying to get something filled up there. New York John, great use of the Enrage, getting that double stun out. He's trying to over pursue a Mob, but there's the counter Golden Gate drop. Arnar needs to have a little bit more support coming out there from Bo, as Prego could get an easy kill on top of Malady. Now they're attacking each other back, but again, with New York John going Boots first instead of a defensive item, and Prego going, well, Reaper Scythe instead of Boots, he has to be very careful as Bo, as that Ace will start to eat him alive with Spin Sickle. And there he goes, being lifted up again with another one, and Spin Sickle just eating away at his health. We need to see those level 6 Maladies come out, and it'll be anyone's game from there, because those Bedlam Bolts will take a kill. Other than that, I don't really see anything going on. Do you?
No, not really. It's kind of boring. Everyone's playing passively, especially after Ryzen died top. They know that against both of these teams, they know that it's very dangerous, and they screw up, it's over.
That's right. Speaking of which, Ryzen goes down yet again to Ruin, getting hit with those swarm shots, Vorbis Seekers, and of course the cheese shot coming out there from Cakes. Definitely not looking good for Kaizen here, at least in the top lane. Mid lane, a different story though, as look at that New York John. Ooh, Prego jumping into Arnar. Arnar, of course, having that Bounder Pet, able to get a leap away, and got Spring Boots, first item, Malady. Now, I think that's acceptable, because he has all the regen that he needs, correct me if I'm wrong, from this healing rod.
They're probably all legendary healing rods. They have more than enough health regeneration for it. So, health and mana regeneration. So, ultimately, they need to start getting those Spring Boots so they can start initiating and getting those good stuns and whirlwinds and golden gates off.
Most definitely. And as we see the double charge coming out, I'm really starting to lean towards Ghostly grabbing that dagger.
Definitely starting to do a lot more damage to Illusion. Do you think it's dagger first, or do you think it's going to be Dragon Shield first? Because that could still be a dragon.
It could be his custom Dragon Shield, but I really think it's going to be a dagger. Because if you grab the Dragon Shield first, you're really losing out on a lot. And as you know, as we were saying, Dragon Shield as a third item is a lot better, especially on Minerva whenever you should be. Oh, look at that. New York John goes in there, shut on top of Prego. Good stun with the Dark Storm. Not able to follow up with a Whirlwind, though. That could have done a little bit more damage. And there we go, New York John getting locked down by another Whirlwind and to that Dark Storm. And there goes the top slow, along with the Spin Sickle, doing terrible damage to him. Then, fortunately, though, they won't be able to pick up the kill as we have Illusion going on to Ghostly. There goes the 1-2-3-4. And there goes the Counter Strike, Counter Hunter Strike. 8 seconds left until we can see the Impaling Scene come off a cooldown for Ghostly, but Illusion has it off cooldown right at this second. Ryzen having to move back, taking way too much damage. Not 100% sure what he's going to be building first with that health regen, but he definitely needs something defensive in order to maintain his presence in the top lane. There we go. Ghostly's going to do it. Oppa. It's so close. I can taste it. I can feel it. And the disengage. Nope. That AVI as Mob gets the kill on Ryzen yet again. Trialing to the top. Bedlam Bolt comes out. We saw that snipe down, but Ruin will still pick up that kill with an auto attack. Illuminati. I've got their intelligence and their ducks all in a row, and they're ready. I mean, what does Ryzen or Kaizen even need to do to stick in this game?
Team Kaizen definitely needs to start thinking about playing that 5-man strike through. We see Montekias with those warp boots. He needs to start using them. That's the advantage of getting warp boots with Vex.
Definitely. And Ruin took a bite out of Ghostly. That ultra presence and hyper regret is going to really start netting Illuminati this early game. I mean, Baldir is ready and ripe for the taking now. And they have the levels to do it.
What was the thing? Yeah, with that Montefius, with the Vex, you can be almost everywhere at once. I mean, I've been playing in the matchmaking and just jumping everywhere.
Right. Oh, speaking of Vex, here we go. Boom! Grand Slam downtown Montekia coming on in. There goes the Spin Sickle on top of New York John. Golden Gate being dropped out in defensive position. And there we go. Ruin being slowed down yet again. Swarm shots are hitting, but they're not really hitting on home. But Vex still ends up going down. Great Bedlam Dope coming out there from Mob. And here comes the counter kill for New York John. Great stun. There we go. But the ace in the hole will end up taking him out. Unable to find any sort of solace in this world.
Nope. You gotta, like I said, with that ultimate, with Warp Boots and Vex's ultimate, you need to be in almost every team fight, every gank. You need to be there, just moving around and have a heavy presence. And that's the great part about Vex. You can be everywhere at once. And you gotta be good with it too. Monocleus was kind of slow on that ultimate. I think he had been a second faster. He may have gotten that hit and may have changed that team fight around.
Most definitely. And still taking a look here back at the middle lane with Ace walking on around. I'm a little worried that Prego might start spiraling out of control. I mean, he has the inertia boots there that allows him to mitigate that CC. And up in the top lane, yet again, Ryzen escaping with a sliver of life being worked over. And can they get the kill on Ruin? Montekia does pick that up. Very strong kill there, but Cakes going in there with super early game damage as New York John pops up. Look at that beautiful jump up there with the spring boots. Gets the stun off. That is a counter kill. Kaizen showing they are not out of it yet. They can adapt to the situation when needed. But why can't I see GPM?
Why can't you see GPM?
There we go. Now I can see GPM. All right, so 396 on Illusion. 429 on Cakes, Prego 417, 435 on Mob, Ruin at 440 versus 274 on Ghostly. And he went Dragon Shield first, like you thought. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I say.
It's a good item.
It stacks up, but you're going up against Illusion. The last thing you need is to stack up tankiness. You need to get that attack speed and the punch and the biggity bing bong bang. Okay? That's if you want to beat him at his own game. You have to out-hit him. But you know, that's neither here nor there. New York John sitting up at 396. Montekia 418. Not too shabby at all. And there, oh, look at all those beautiful jumps. Even as Montekia comes in, the swarm shot will end up hitting a mob, and they're eating him up alive. And auto attack, and there we go. Bedlam Bolt to kill secure it. R&R definitely angry at those kills that they grabbed early game. Just, I say good day, sir. Good day.
This just in, Supernatural has won against Team Cabbage, so it looks like Supernatural will be in the finals. Congratulations to you guys.
But against who?
Against who? That's the question. It's anyone's game still.
It is anybody's game, as we have Illusion going up against Ghostly still. Oh, they both went Dragon Shield. And that's why I said you need to go ahead and grab up extra damage. Because Illusion level 10 versus, well, level 11 versus level 10, I guess they're kind of equal, but the farm is definitely not equal at all on the GPM side of things. But finally, Rise is sitting at 366. So even with getting, you know, knocked around, they're still only sitting about 50 GPM average behind Illuminati here. And there we go. Great save coming up by Montekia. And look at the Vorbis Seekers being able to pop off in both Cakes and Ruin, as there is no creeps. There are no creeps to mitigate that damage. And there goes the cheese shot. Though unfortunately, Rising goes down yet again. But here comes the cleanup crew. New York John, look at that bounder jump along with the spring boots there, allowing him to get the kill on top of Cakes. Very, very smart move there. Now we see the pursuit come up for the Vorbis Seekers. Creeps are there, so there goes the damage mitigation yet again in Illuminati's favor. Bow staff throw misses, but here comes another enrage. Mob's gonna have to spring boots away, or he got caught on that pixel. Caught on that pixel. Very, very unfortunate. Now New York John has to ult away. Keep running. Just keep running. Oh, he's slow, and there he goes.
How unfortunate.
And
He's
Bungo's
probably beating himself up right now about that one.
I wouldn't be beating myself up too much. I mean, yeah, about the 1 pixel, but there's really not too much you could have done in that situation. As we can see, Illusion might be in a little bit of a hotspot trouble. He's trying to dodge away. Remember, he does not have a Razor Pet, so he cannot easily escape. Or can he? Look at that great double jump there. But Arnar can jump up there as well. Ooh, he makes it out. Makes it out scot-free, mind you. While in the top lane, guess who's not so lucky? Here we go. There goes the top slow on top of Rise and spin Sickle into the Dark Storm, along with the Swarm shots. One melted rat. We are eating well in China tonight, folks.
That's awful. Team Kaizen, doing a good job playing that 5-man gank team. They realize they can't win their lanes on their own. But the problem is that Ryzen keeps getting ganked. Like, they're picking on him. They don't want him getting any sort of farm. Because Ryzen can be a very scary player when he's got that farm on for a million. So Ryzen's got to figure out what he's got to do to get this farm going.
That's right. Speaking of which, look at New York John going ham in there again. Hambone! But gets taken out by the cheese shot from Cakes. Actually, no, Ruin picks that up with another auto attack. Very interesting that he's able to do that. And meanwhile, in bottom lane, they're trying to take on Illusion, but still, you know, Ghostly and Montekia not able to find their mark. And this is going to allow for a free ball deer over to Illuminati. So while they take that, Prince, lay on me all the truths.
All the truth?
All the
Are you ready?
truths. Treat it as worst truths.
Right now, GPM seem kind of Team Kaizen's a little bit behind. They are adjusting, like you said, with that 5-man Strife, but I would like to see them. Need to start going for objectives, and R&R is out of position.
Yes, he is. Here we go. Dodge around the home straight. Mob not able to catch him. There goes the double jump up there from the Bounder Pet and the springy booties, and that will allow Maori to escape. So keep laying the truth on my brother.
I'm going to be very afraid of Illusion towards the end of this game. He is definitely going to be. We've seen him before. And I think he's one of the better Minervas in this game. And there comes the warp boost. He needs to get out.
That's right. And in the middle lane, cheese shot going off on R&R. Dragon Shield now lost out. That is going to be a 6-second cooldown as we have New York John. Throw in the bow staff, not able to find anyone. And Prego himself getting a spin. And Ghostly picks up the kill on Illusion with the help of Montekia. This might be a double kill. Here we go. Can we get the double? Can we get the double? And he's moving on straight through the bush and gets a swarm shot off of there. And Montekia still wants to try and get him. And there's the Bounder jump along with the wickety roll. And he is out of there. But in the middle lane, we have some more problems coming in through there. As the Bedlam Bolt goes on top of Cakes. Not able to find him. New York John trying to stop. But there's the counter Bedlam Bolt from Mob. Taking him right on out of there. And New York John goes in with the enrage. And bada bing, bada boom, baby. He gets it right on out of there, though the ace in the hole will end up taking him out. And New York John still doing a lot of work whenever he was alive as Ghostly comes in there looking for the 100 strike in 3, 2, 1, double dragon. There he goes, and that was an ultimate, folks. Now he gets another dodge up there on top of Ruin. Prego, though, taking too much damage from the tower, makes him a tasty treat over there for the Ghostly. There we go with a dive up there. That is going to allow him a double kill. And that is all she wrote for that engage. Meanwhile, in Farmville, we do have Ryzen getting himself back up at 383 GPM. There comes a friendly port up there from Montezuma III. And that is the first tower in the top lane as Ruin needs to move on back. And the prince has left me.
I have not left you. I've just been listening very intently to your great commentating.
It's the 1950s and we're doing baseball. But, yeah, other than that, we have the tier 1 tower going down here in the middle lane. And here's the grand slam. Look at that great counter on top of Mobbit. But there goes that shield. And now Ghostly in a lot of trouble. Here goes double dash number 1, looking for double dash number 2 to get away from the Prego. As Montekia comes in there, gets stuck into yet another Dark Storm. And now he sends out a great counter. But the Bedlam Bolt will end up taking him out, giving him a nice close shave. While in the bottom lane, New York John going up against Illusion. Kind of the same farm, but not really too much. But I do love the spring boots on the bow. We saw him use those before to a great ability. And Illusion, though, cranking up the damage. Don't know exactly what item he's going for next, but we know it's going to be a shocker.
One thing I do want to notice that boot choices in this game are pretty interesting so far. Both Dexes had the warp boots. They're both using them pretty well. But one thing you see is that Ghostly has warp boots as well, which is something I usually don't see in Minerva. But I would like to see him use them more. Like, he's not a lot of team fights. He just started coming to team fights, and I think if he had gotten them so early, he should have been moving around a lot more. Also, on Prego, he's got inertia boots, and we've talked about inertia boots before. Pretty good item, but we don't see a lot of people pick him up, mostly because you can go Stone Skin if you really want to move with CC and leave your boots for something else. So it's interesting to see what he's got. I think he's kind of going for a more defensive build than he usually goes in these matches.
That's right. And take a look. Ghostly might be going down. We have Kick coming down into the bottom lane. Oh, he misses the rocket boot jump. The cheese shot misses as well. That is a 2-4-0 on the Kicks. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Montekia looks like he was going down, but here comes New York John. There goes the enrage on top of Mob. And now there goes the static shield right back on top of him, but auto attack. And oh, there goes the bounder jump up there. Great counter whirlwind. And that allows Montekia to be taken out there by Ruin with a wing one bit about to the face of the Vorbis Seekers and the Swarm shot. Meanwhile, R&R in the middle lane having a dodge around there. Looks like he's playing a little bit of checkers up there against Prego. Prego, though, wants to rotate up there to the top lane as a New York John does not even care. Look at this guy. He has balls of steel going in. Gets the stun up on top of Ruin. Look at that R&R. Great Dark Storm. Oh, that ult double hit there. Ace in the hole hits him, but not able to proc up as Ryzen might end up getting the kill. Save! Hey, swing out there from Kaizen as Cakes come in there as well, being lifted up in the air by the whirlwind. And here comes that big old Montekia back in their swarm shot, hitting up on top of Mob. There goes the Mystic hitting him as well. Swarms, Rockets, Vorbis Seekers going on top as well. Cakes having to pop out again. His illusion is already on cooldown, and now Ghostly 7526 narrowly making his escape while Illusion continues playing Farmville with a Grimoire. Let the viewers at home know exactly how scary Grimoire is on Minerva, please, Prince.
Very scary. Any kind of resistance you have against it will quickly be removed. She can jump in there, do a lot of damage, and that's the scary part about Minerva, is that she is like the only, one of the very few characters, I shouldn't say the only, Rook can do it too, but at any point in the game, Rook needs to usually be late game to kind of just blow you up. Minerva can do it from any point in the game, and the Grimoire just assists in that even more, so.
Or as the Lord would say, so broken! So broken! But, I mean, take a look. Here we go. You can see that starting to take into effect here. He got a double dash and a Hunter Strike onto Ghostly, taking him down to 75% HP. I mean, barely any mana used. Well, 80% mana left over, but eh.
Is Ghostly going full killer?
I don't know, but look who's going nuclear up in the top lane. Montekia having to get a counter on top of Prego. And in the middle lane, Mob versus Arnar. Mob already has the Hexbane. Oh, dear Lord. Yes, he does. Able to CC. And there we go with the Pizza Pause number 2. It appears that Pizza Hut has arrived on the scene with a deep dish supreme. Yeah! God, I'm hungry for pizza.
You are really just... You just need some pizza inside you, buddy. I don't know.
You need some pizza.
Need some pizza.
Little Caesars. Pizza. Yeah, go ahead and give us a little bit more insight while we are on this pause, though, about how you feel both these teams are doing.
Let's start with Ryzen. Ryzen's got that attack speed he needs, so now he needs to build something before damaging. I'm not sure. What does he? Do you know how he builds his Vermilion with those multiple agility stones that he's got going on?
Wound Splitter.
Those gloves he's throwing into the hands in the air.
Wound Splitter.
Wound Splitter. Okay, so
I
that's his,
like to
that's his
put
custom
my
wound
hands
splitter.
in the air sometimes, getting crits, yo, don't need no power. There you go.
So yeah, he's gonna be getting that wound splitter real quick. Gonna be able to do those crits, do a lot of damage, and like we said, Vermilion loves attack speed with his passive. R&R went a little more damage, but I think in that matchup against Mob's already got a Hexbane, and Hexbane's really going to be really useful because you'll need to CC quite a few members of their team, like Ghostly, who's I think that's a custom Inferno brand. I'm not sure. But yeah, NYH John needs to definitely get some different items. Crystalline Shiv and Dragon Shield, great combination, but he needs to be a little more tanky. He needs to have a little more damage going out. I would like to see an Inferno brand come out very soon on him, or an Everwinter Charm. Either way, both of them will help him drastically with daily damage and keeping people in place and stunning them. Matakias, I think, is going Inferno brand as well. While Ruin is definitely going for that Hexbane, like we've seen multiple times before. Prego, I don't think his sight's online yet. That's weird. It's getting a little later in the game, and his sight should be online working right now, and it's not. And that's a problem. He needs to go get a couple of kills so he can get that movement speed, can get that damage, which is why he bought the item. And then I definitely want to see Illusion, because he's got that Grimoire. He can start moving around, doing a lot of damage with the power boots. He's going to be a threat, no matter who he goes against. And the problem is that Team Kaizen doesn't have a lot of defensive ability.
And here we go! Mob going in there with the golden date drop, but in New York, John leaps on over it, getting the gold medal for the cows in the Olympics. Meanwhile, he throws out another bow staff, not able to really proc on top of Prego, as everyone has Dad Dragon Shield in the game. I think everyone, right? Am I mistaken?
Don't think anybody does. Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield, Dragon Shield. Yeah, everyone's got a Dragon Shield.
Everyone has the Dragon Shield, so that is Attain the Dragon Shield. As we get ready for the collapse onto this mid tower, R&R attacking Prego. There we go with the Frostbite, but it's not really doing too much. We can see that R&R's Dragon Shield, though, since he doesn't really have power, ooh, it is giving 358.3 plus. I don't know, it still doesn't seem like it's protecting him very much. It really doesn't. Not 100% sure why that is, but look at Ryzen just pushing back those creep waves. Unfortunately, though, I do believe Illuminati is pushing Kaizen back on the ropes. I mean, they need to get a kill. And speaking of which, here's the Enrage. There's the bow staff throw. There's the jump up. Oh, but the counter jump away. Here comes the Vex in, though. Great stop down by Montequilla. There goes one kill. Ace and Ho gets a counter kill, though. Both Maladies are out of the fight. They are primping their hair, coming back in shortly as their servant Bob is trying his best to keep up with them. And that's going to be a double kill coming out there for Ryzen. Oh, excuse me, a 2-for-1 trade coming out there. And this could be a Baldir secure if they allow it.
I think they're going to have to. Both Minerva and Cakes are bottom, so they can't really get there in time to stop them.
That's right, but going in for the defense, most likely, it's going to be Montequilla. He was thinking about going in it sooner, but Ryzen was getting a little bit low on HP going up against Baldir. This is going to allow them for a quick rotate back. Sindara, though, could be the next prime target of either one of these teams. I mean, we are in that 23-minute mark. This is whenever you start to see it not winding down, but spiraling upward into a giant cataclysm of destruction in 5-man STrifeHQ.
It's not actually a 5-man STrifeHQ. Illuminati is not playing 5-man STrifeHQ. Illusion has not been released to any team fights, so if he starts coming, it might change the entire way they're playing right now. And they're doing a pretty good job without him right now.
Oh, so they've been playing 4-man Shikigami.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's right. I said 4-man Death Gods. I like it. But, I mean, they don't really need the fit that they are rocking them out with a 4v5 situation and winning. And speaking of which, look at this port coming straight in there by Ryzen. Great counter stun on top of Ruin. You can see the warp boots now, so they are allowed. Thank you, sweet Lord baby Jesus. But Illusion being slowed down by New York John. Oh, but here comes Prego in there as well. Great avalanche, slowing him down just a little bit. Here comes the Enrage. He wants to get the counter, but ooh, that spin cycle eating him absolutely alive. And Cakes as well with that Frost Prism. Cakes takes the cake on that one, but in the top lane, let's take a double check on it to see if they are going to be able to pick up a kill. Yes, they are. They take out Ruin, so a kill for a kill is still great, but Arnar needs to be careful as that Frost Prism, look how slow it makes him, even with the bounder. There goes one jump almost had to think about using a double jump if they would have initiated on him. And in the top lane, Mobs has his mana back up to half. Doesn't have really any items, but that's okay because the items that he does have are quite effective at CCing. Now, what they're going to see here is a trade-off, hopefully not a trade of a generator for a tower. Here we go. Montekia understands that he needs to get his butt back here as Arnar's doing his best. Great whirlwind for Illusion and Prego. Needs to drop the Darkstorm. That's slowly making a move around. They're dancing around it, and grand slam from Denny's. Montekia comes in there along with New York John. The Enrage did not get the pop out. They did not get any. Oh, they did get a lot of damage on that generator, though. No trade off for the tier 2 tower in the top yet, and that is going to be a loss as Ghostly goes down. So not only did they lose most of the health on that generator, they lost a hero as well. Definitely not a good trade, in my opinion. What do you think about exactly what they did there? What should Kaizen have done? Or did they do it right?
I don't think they should have gone for the tower. The tower is not that important. Not nearly as important as your generator. And having, again, they need to play 5-man Strife Food, not the 3.5-man Strife Food they just played right there. If they had come down with the entire team, I think it would have been a much better turnout than what happened, especially since all Kaizen has right now is just attack speed. He's got nothing but attack speed. He needs some kind of damage because he went Zealot's Blade instead of that Wound Splitter, which we thought we were going, as opposed to Cakes, who's doing a lot more damage. It's also just this, Illusion's level 15. He's maximum level, and that makes him the highest level in the game. He's going to go around doing a lot of damage. And we see Ghostly's really not
until we see that 3-man smackdown, Jaws of Life through him. Oh, but he gets the dash away. No, sir. Denied by New York John. 2-0 trade-off as Prego comes in there with a great spin sickle. There goes the ace in the hole on top of New York John, taking him out of there. And now Montekia is out of there as well, being trapped down in the Darkstorm. And that is a 3-for-2 trade. Oh, a 4-for-2 trade. Looking for that fifth, but, ooh, look at that. Ryzen is not playing that 5-man Strife Fu. They still picked up the hard hitter man. They picked up 2 of the most, scary guys. But that for Sindara, let me think about that. Hold on.
I do want to point out, Mob did a phenomenal Golden Gate. I don't think I've seen one nearly as good as that in a long time. It just cut everyone off.
Golden Gates. But yes, I do. You're right. That was the perfect one. But you guys are quiet. You giving up that Sindara?
Maybe not. They need help because they're both really low health.
Help! We need to call the Beatles.
I do want to say this. Wow.
Nope, they got it.
Okay, they got it. Sweet.
They got it.
It's one thing you don't see a lot of Maladies doing is using that Golden Gate very well. If you watch S2 Cell, if you ever can find him in a match, he is like, I think, best gate user at USA. Like, insane. Have you seen them? They're always like perfect, right on top of his Dark Storm. So you gotta like go through the Dark Storm like to get out. It's amazing.
I saw last week's Malady play. Remember whenever we had the one Malady and she trashed the entire team in 5v1 and won with Malady because of the Golden Gate?
That's true.
That wasn't Kevin. Just throwing it out. I mean, I love Kevin. I love him to death, but I don't think he can 5v1 with Malady.
I don't think he can 5v1
like that.
Malady either. That's a pretty insane thing to do to 5v1 somebody with Malady. I mean,
but it happened.
It does happen.
I had goosebumps for days later. Like, I was in college class still thinking about that Malady. As Ghostly finds Ruin. Look at that. There's the dash. There's the ultimate. But he has his secondary shield back up. There goes the cheese shot. And the Hexbane. And here we go. You are really dead. Very, very unfortunate there. As the big old monkey Krytos man pushes up in the middle lane. Here we go. New York John attacking him. And you know what? Has the item that we always joke about, Golden Protector. But he has a custom Golden Protector, which is going to give him a crazy amount of armor power and everything else. So this time, it's actually very, very good to give yourself that extra survivability. Though we would like you to stack a little bit more HP. It's still whatever he wants to do. I mean, he is getting a little bit of extra damage out of that. And there goes the cheese shot from Ryzen up there. Mob's coming in there, picks him up. And we're looking for the Bedlam Bolt. That takes him out of that fight. And New York John probably got a great ultimate, hitting 3 of them. It's still not enough. There goes the counter Bedlam Bolt from Arnar. But he look at it. He gets blocked by Mob's Golden Gate into the Dark Storm. And he is out of there. That is a double kill coming up there from Cakes. And he's 2 for 2 as Abrego grabs another kill as well with the ace in the hole. That is going to be, I think, all she wrote. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're going for it. Here we go into the Nexus. There goes one dodge up there by Ghostly. And remember, this is not a best out of 3. This determines who goes into the grand finals, folks. So you won't be seeing a comeback match until next week as we have the ultimate from Ace coming in there. Look at him. He's taking a bath in the fountain. GG. Illuminati moving to grand finals.
Okay, let's take a screenshot again.
Okay.
That was a good match.
That was fantastic.
I like how most of the time I was like just letting you talk because I couldn't even
I'm sorry.
like talk because so much acting was going on.
Yeah, there was. They had this on key.
The desktop.
We are now loading up the thingy, the thing, all the things. There we go.
Okay. You got a link?
I have mine ready.
Okay. Got mine ready too. Okay. So let's go over Team Kaizen. Ryzen with Razor on Vermilion. Really rough start. Early deaths. He pretty much ganked him to the point where he had to not help his team to much point. It was very unfortunate. He went Fervor Boots, Dragon Shield, good stuff. Demon Fang, good stuff too, because Vermilion gets a lot of attacks in. Zealot's Blade, and he looked just like he was just going straight attack speed. And I agree with that to a point. After he has a lot of custom built items, but you see his Wound Splitter is just nothing but attack speed. And I think I would have liked to have seen a little more damage because he did have that attack speed that you need at that point for Vermilion to do a lot of damage, but he didn't have the damage, the oomph behind
Get the
it.
Wound Splitter. It's actually the 3-1 for a Zealot's Blade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he went for the Zealot's Blade instead. Kaizen on Malady with Founder. Spring Boots, Dragon Shield, Crystalline Shiv, Hexbane, definitely going that supporty build. Would have liked to have seen better use of Golden Gates. Stunning was good. Ultimately did a good job. Worked what he could. Manticleus is with Mystic and Vex. Warp Boots, Dragon Shield, Crystalline Shiv, Inferno Brand. That's usually the build I go, actually. Absolutely love it. Lets you just jump in, be tanky, and do a lot of damage. But I did not see him roaming and moving enough at the beginning, at the middle of the game, after he'd gotten those Warp Boots and had hit level 6. I think after that, you need to be moving, ganking constantly. He was not moving, ganking constantly until much later in the game. MYH John, Spring Boots, Bounder, Onbow, Dragon Shield, Crystalline Shiv, Golden Armor, Custom Golden Armor, great stuff. Would have liked to have seen some bigger ults, because you can set up a lot of things with Bow, but he did not actually have any really good setups, especially with his ultimate. Ghostly with Mystic, Warp Boots, got them, did not really utilize them, which I was kind of upset about. When you get Warp Boots, like I said, you gotta go Roman Gank, and he was not doing that. Dragon Shield first item, and then Inferno Brand. Inferno Brand's great, I'm not gonna lie. I like it actually a lot on Minerva, because she can stick on her targets very well. But the problem is that he had no other damaging items. He was very lackluster in how much damage he would zap out. And the thing is, with Minerva, you want to be able to go just quickly jump on somebody, and then they either need to retreat or they're going to be dead.
Go big or go home.
Exactly. Go big, go home. Let's move over to Illuminati. Ruin on Vex with Bounder. Lets him slow, keep up with people. We see the Warp Boots, the Dragon Shield, Crystalline Shiv, and Hexbane. Pretty much same build as Manacleus went. But, well, this is in front of Brandon Hexbane. Oh, excuse me. But definitely being a force in team fights was definitely CCing people at the right times, moving around, dealing damage. Mob with Bounder on Malady, great effing job. Was supporting, was running out. Had that Hexbane very early on as his second item. Could CC for days, was doing it, was definitely moving around with the team, stopping people from doing their jobs. Prego, Inertia Boots, Scythe, Dragon Shield, Inferno Brand. Would have liked to see a little more defensive items, but he did go Inertia Boots, and he also went that Scythe. I would have liked to see the Scythe. Scythe took a little too long, in my opinion, to get online. Usually want that online at least by either 15, 17 minutes in the game, especially when you get it at 4 minutes. It was not online fast enough. So he needs to definitely fix it up next game. He needs to definitely be faster, get more ganks out. Cakes with Vermilion on Razor did a great job just positioning, moving around, especially in the top lane. You saw him come a couple of times to gank Ryzen, and Ryzen was just kind of out of position constantly, and he was able to take advantage of that. Especially with the hero like Vermilion, it's kind of hard to take advantage of that because a lot of people just don't like getting in there or moving around because you have that. But because he has that long attack range, you have the ability to position yourself well and get ganks off. He went with Fervor Boots, which I agree with, Dragon Shield, Demon Fang, just like Ryzen did. The first item change we see is the Frost Prism, which has recently gotten a buff, so it has more damage than it did before. And he picked it up, and it did a lot of work for him. He was able to slow people and keep them in one position for him. Not sure who was going next after that, but the end of the game before that. Illusion, great job. Definitely sat there and played a single player game for most of the game. Was not running around ganking, especially, but I think his team put a lot of faith in him. He got that Grimoire early, he got that Dragon Shield, so he could do those early bits of damage. Got the Inferno Brand to stick on people, and I'm not sure what he was going afterwards, but he was definitely a factor in that win because he was able to come out of the lane at level 15 or 14 and just do massive amounts of damage with the out-leveled everybody. Great